Thank you for joining me for yet another unboxing video, and today we have more RPG goodness. This time it's the Pathfinder Critical Fumble deck. 54 critical fumble cards to be used with the Pathfinder RPG system. For your second edition system, that is. Pathfinder, fail brilliantly. Make that natural one mean something. Why limit yourself to mild disappointment when you can screw up in a truly royal fashion? With the Pathfinder Critical Fumble deck, when you roll a critical failure, draw a card and apply one of 4 different effects. Fumbling has never been so disastrous or so much fun. Now, I picked this up because I already have the Starfinder Fumble deck. And when I play Starfinder, if you roll 1, it is a fumble and you are doing a lot of damage to yourself and people around you. So it's just an enhancement that's added to your role-playing game. And to me, it makes it more enjoyable, gives you some laughs, gives you some tears, because in the most important times when you're fighting a character and you're trying to survive and all of a sudden you fumble, there's nothing more heartbreaking. So we're going to go into the cards so you can see what happens. So here are the rules. As a group can use the Pathfinder Critical Fumble deck in their game to make combat more surprising and perilous. Whenever a PC or foe gets a critical failure on an attack roll due to a natural 1 in the die roll, that player can draw 1 card from this deck and apply the effect appropriate to the attack type: melee weapon, ranged attack, unarmed attack, or a spell. Special rules: effects that scale based on level used, the attacker's level. The save DC for an effect applied to a PC is hard. DC for the target creature are hazard level. Effects applied to a foe use the PC's class DC. An effect that lasts until healed ends once the recipient regains hit points from treat wounds or is restored to full hit points and rest for 10 minutes. Deadly variant: for a deadlier and more chaotic game, the GM can allow a draw on any critical failure, not just do 1 to a natural 1. Proficiency variant and critical hit deck variant. And this is the, basically it's the, I forget what this is called. This is the game licensing that comes with every single Pathfinder deck that you purchase, whether it be for Starfinder or for us at Pathfinder. Okay, so there you go. Let's put those rules over here. And then you get your deck of cards. Again, the Awesome Goblin is always there on all their cards and stuff like that, because he is, I guess, their icon for the game itself, and for Pathfinder, and for both Pathfinder and for Starfinder. Okay, so you flip these cards this way. So again, all the cards are set up identically the same. So the top would be for melee weapon, second card be for ranged, unarmed, and for a spell. So it tells you right off the bat. So if you roll a 1, it says off balance. You take a -2 circumstance penalty to attack rolls until the end of your next turn. Friendly fire: you hit the ally nearest to the target. Something's broken: you take 1d4 bludgeoning damage and you can't use this attack until healed. Power drain: you lose 1 prepared spell or spell slot determined randomly by the GM. So here we go. We got slip, backfire, bruised ego, nosebleed. Second thoughts: mix it up, hangnail, magic vacuum. Butterfinger: snap string, torn muscle, magic fatigue. Notched fingers: hit the wall, electrical feedback. Broken weapon: my spleeny bits. Frustration: beastly rift. Fling: head rush, overextend, reflection. Pulled muscle: awkward attack, bit your tongue, you take 1 persistent bleed damage. Spontaneous combustion: you take 2d6 fire damage. It says overextended: aching back, upset stomach, you are sickened 2. Critical backlash: you critically hit yourself instead of the target. Oof, you give yourself a 20. That's no good. So it's double damage plus whatever the card would say. Awkward attack: shot your eye out, you critically hit yourself instead of the target. Tiring attack: you are fatigued. Acidic backlash: you take 2d6 of acid damage. The sword is heavy, errant aim, awkward attack, bleeding eyes. Backswing: wide open, tripped, tangled in your gear. Wide open, cracked, fist meet face, distant riff. Strained: whoops, out of position, mind drain. Too much stuff: sprain, bleeding fist, vertigo. And as they continue on. Okay, let's say handed over. Unless you succeed at a reflex saving throw, your target gains possession of your weapon. So you lost your weapon. Broken, your weapon's current hit points are reduced to its broken threshold. If already broken, the weapon takes 3d6 damage, ignoring hardness. Smash the floor, you kick up a cloud of dust, becoming blinded until the end of your next turn. You made him faster. Target is quickened for 2 rounds, so you can get double shots on you. Shield crash, everything you got. Hard-edged adversary, you made him tougher. Moving on. Again, as stated at the beginning of the video, we mentioned that all the cards are set up identically. You have your title, then the type of weapon that you're using where you did a critical failure with. So it'd be melee, ranged, unarmed, or a spell. So pointy end goes there. You become wounded 1 on your wounded value, increases by 1. Tunnel vision. For 3 rounds, you gain a +1 circumstance bonus to attack rolls, but you are flat-footed. Head first, you fall unconscious until you wake up or the end of your next turn. Wild magic, roll twice on the Rod of Wonder table. Pathfinder Core Rulebook 575, you are the target of those effects. You move forward. So again, these cards just add another dimension to your role-playing game of Pathfinder. And just, again, it's so great when you hit that, you get the hit roll at 20, but if you roll 1, you get the complete opposite effect on you. So let's read this last card. It says, who was that? Again, during your melee round. You are slowed 1 until the end of your next turn. Seeing double, ranged. You're dazzled until the end of your next turn. Broken tooth. Until healed, you take a -2 circumstance penalty to attack rolls. Fragmented magic. Your target gains the effect of a mirror image spell. So again, these are all your cards. Again, they're all set up exactly the same way. You roll the 1, you pull a card. So roll 1, you pull a card. Say you pull this one here. If you're fighting with a sword, melee combat, you get this one. If you're using a ranged weapon, using a bow, using a sling, something of that nature, again, use this one. If you're unarmed, if you're just using your fists, you are sickened for 3 rounds. You got pins and needles. And the last part, if you're using a spell, why me? Provide reaction. You provoke reactions as if you used a move action. So there you go. So that's everything that's included, and that concludes our unboxing of Pathfinder Critical Fumble Deck. 54 Critical Fumble cards for the Pathfinder role-playing game. This is brought to you by our good friends over at Pazio. Again, this was released in 2019. For more information, you go to pazio.com/Pathfinder. So as always, thank you so much for joining us for this unboxing video. If you enjoyed it, you can always give us a thumbs up and leave a comment below. You can also hit that subscribe button. This way you're kept up to date as to any time we release new content to the page. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Be safe, be well, enjoy the remainder of your day. We'll catch you on the next unboxing video.